In many ways, today's smartphone era is a two-party system. While Windows Phone is finally starting to pick up a little speed, and there are BlackBerry devotes among us, smartphone shopping often boils down between picking an Android or the iPhone. Sure, it's true that they're head-to-head competitors in many respects, but the two mobile phones offer very distinctly different experiences. The iPhone. When people talk about something on the iPhone, they're usually referring to the features on the iPhone software known as the iOS. Unlike other smartphones, there is really just one iPhone, though older versions of the same phone do exist. Apple is also on point about keeping its devices up to speed and on the same software, so it's way less confusing across the board than Android. Android. The term Android refers to both Google mobile operating system as well as any device running Android. This gets tricky. Some Verizon Android phones offer uh, some Verizon Android uh, phones are branded as Droids, but Android owners occasionally refer to their Android devices as Droids regardless of their carrier. The App Store and the Android marketplace are very different. The apps are the reason why most of us buy smartphones these days. Apple's App Store is a bursting hub of downloadable games and tools, and it's widely regarded as the biggest and best app marketplace to date. Apple is known for having a relatively strict and at times a budget approach to their apps, to the apps it lets into the App Store, which has resulted in some controversies in the past. From the beginning of Android, from the beginning of from the beginning of Android, Google emphasized the openness of its mobile OS, and the company doesn't have the same kind of strict app approval process for its own app hub, the Android market. Android, a unique advantage afforded by the Android is its interrogation, interrogate integration by Google. Beyond Gmail, Android's versions of Google Maps offer some unique and extremely useful features like Google Navigation, a GPS-driven turn-by-turn direction app for a car. Android is more flexible, has a more flexible OS. If there's something that bugs you about your phone or settings that you'd like to tweak, just open your Android market and look for whatever you need. Even a simple setting on the phone itself may control what you need. No two Androids are alike. Now, Android's drawbacks are that the Android devices manufacturers usually offer their own interpretation of Android via a layer of software known as skins. Skins can come with their own unique look and even skin-specific apps that you wouldn't find on a phone by a different manufacturer, meaning that Motorola Android phones will look and function a bit differently from a comparable Android phone made by HTC. iPhone advantages. Apple remains firmly confident that for its ability to craft the best possible experience for its customers. And as a result, the iPhone is extremely polished. It's no secret that the iPhone 4S is arguably the best looking phone on the market. With the last generation of iPhone 4, Apple introduced its extremely crisp display for the web browsing, e-reading, and multimedia. Another iPhone exclusive is its FaceTime app, which displays video chatting between Apple devices. iPhone's drawbacks are that Apple's general attitude toward its product can provide a turn-off for some. The iPhone is less customizable because Apple purports to know exactly what will make the mobile experience the best it can be, and it's usually right beyond its approach. The iPhone has now debated across three of the four major carriers but T-Mobile. Loyalists are still out of luck, and to date, no iPhone supports any carrier next to the 4G network. Ultimately, making the choice between Android and iPhone comes down to a personal taste. For those who value a high level of customization, an Android device will open up an amazingly flexible mobile world. And if you're seeking a polished smartphone experience at the cost of some flexibility, the iPhone won't disappoint. Thank you very much. بالضبط بالضبط بالضبط